Hey, you're listening to Marketing Out Loud, a daily podcast where I share advice, stories, and insights to help you build a thriving professional services business. To subscribe to the show, visit marketingoutloud.fm. The last 24 hours have been a bit of a roller coaster for me. Yesterday afternoon, I had a couple of meetings downtown Toronto with two boutique consulting firms, one of which was a first initial meeting. The second was a relationship that I've been nurturing for a while. The first one went okay. I think we're still a few major steps from getting to a point where we can work together, where it'll make sense for everybody. And the second meeting went really, really well. I mean, we were kind of like, okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty details of how we're going to work together and what that's going to look like. And it looks like that deal is going to close in a matter of days. So I was pretty happy at the end of the day with how things went. I went out and I bought myself a brand new pair of Apple AirPods, which I'd been kind of hesitating on because they're like $250. And I just wasn't sure it was worth the money. It seems a bit extravagant, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Every time I close a deal, I like to reward myself. So that was my reward, was the Apple AirPods. And then this morning happened. And this morning, I get a phone call from another consulting client that I've been working with for well over a year now. And they said that, look, we're going to need to terminate our agreement. It was nothing I did, but there's just some issues affecting their cash flow right now. And they're going to need to pause for probably a few months, maybe revisit in the summer. But, that usually means that, we'll pause indefinitely. Now, I would be lying if I said I didn't see this coming. You can usually tell if you're paying attention when a relationship is about to expire, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it's really the best thing for everybody to move on for both parties, because every relationship isn't meant to last forever, and that's okay. But even when that's the case, it doesn't make it any easier. It's tough losing a client. There's really no sugarcoating that. It's really tough emotionally. But it happens, and that's business. And often, as was the case for me, it's not really in your control at all. It's nothing that you did necessarily that caused that relationship to expire or to be terminated. That's just the ride that we're on. I mean, it's a roller coaster. I mean, this ride that you and I are both on, it is a roller coaster. Okay, it goes up and it comes down, and that's the cold, hard truth. I would be lying to you if I told you that it only goes up from here. You know what? It's going to go up. And I hope it goes up a lot for you, but it's going to come back down, and then it's going to go up again, and then it's going to come back down. And the thing is that what separates successful entrepreneurs from everyone else is not that they don't have the ups and downs. It's not that it only goes up for them and never comes down. It's how they respond to the ups and downs. So I got a call an hour ago, and literally an hour ago, from a client saying they want to terminate our consulting agreement. And look, I would be very justified in taking the day, maybe even taking the week to, wallow in a pool of self-pity and to feel bad for myself and to worry about cash flow and to start checking bank balances. I mean, those things would be very easy to do and would be justified. And I've done that before many times, but that's not going to solve the problem. Okay, that's not going to solve the problem at all. And much worse than that, that kind of mindset, that kind of attitude is going to blind me from the opportunities that lie ahead. What do I mean by opportunities? How is losing a client an opportunity? Have I completely lost my mind? Well, no. The truth is, when you lose a client, it is an opportunity to go out and to find other clients who maybe are a better fit. Maybe they're better clients for you. Maybe you'll charge higher fees. Or maybe you'll have the time to now pursue a different business model that you've been thinking about pursuing, or to try something new altogether. You're losing a client. In this case, I'm losing a client, but I'm gaining time. And now I can decide how I want to use that time. And when you open that door, you'll begin to see that there's nothing but opportunity out there. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. It's really just some straight talk. This is fresh news, hot off the press. I'm still kind of processing what this means for me, but I'm really trying to channel this energy in a positive direction. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it's emotionally challenging to deal with losing a client and losing a relationship like that, but there is an opportunity. With every up and every down in your business, there is an opportunity. And you need to stay laser focused on seeing those opportunities and not letting, your emotions or any short-term challenges blind you from those opportunities. Hey, thanks for listening. Do me a favor. If you like what you hear, go on iTunes and leave us a rating and a review because it helps more people discover the show. Thanks so much.